Welcome back. Today we'll be creating other section of our web page. So I will be starting with the next section. So we'll be creating 3 different boxes. 2 would be of the same size. So I'll be using this panel to enter the width, and then the height will be 650. So that will be the first one. We can just drop that here. So I will duplicate this to create a second one. Then I would duplicate this for the third one. But for the third one, we're going to increase the width to 430. This would be 430. So I have this arrangement here. I can also align this and also this. So we can select the 3 and then space them. So once you highlight over this angle, you should be able to space them. So once they are spaced, I'll push them to the top here. So I will just add a page of text here. So that will be enjoy the natural. Please let me zoom out so you can see my effects, or let me increase the font weight to, let's say, 40 for now. So enjoy the natural inspiration. Natural inspiration from our designs. So I'm going to break the designs here, so we can have something like this. Enjoy the natural inspiration from our designs. So I'm just going to add some text here. So just like all design. So I can reduce this to, let's say, 20. We have a text here. Then I would create a button. So I could make the width 200, and then I can make the height 55. Sorry, that's supposed to be 55. Okay, this is good. So we're going to pick from our color for this button. I'll pick this using the eyedropper. We said you click on that and then press letter I on your keyboard. This allows you to pick any color. Let's say I want to pick this, I can do this. I can click on I again and pick this color, but the item must be selected. So we're going to add a text. Let's talk. Here. Let's talk. So we have our text here. So right now what we want to do is I want to open on splash so that I can get some images that we will be fixing here. So I would select an interior. So from here, I think I would, for this, I can pick this item. This, we have to look for something. Pick this. For this item, just look for maybe this. Just, okay, we have those 3 items there. So now we need to, let's say, go to iconify. Again. Iconify and pick an icon. So I have iconify here, so I can run that and pick an icon. So I would just name the icon chart. So I'll just look for something unique. Okay, I could pick this, drag and drop it here. So I have my vector here. So the chart would be in here. So what I'll do as usual, I'll select the icon, drag it outside the frame and delete this. So on the left chart, you could bring that close here. So I would be changing the color also to white. Then I'll group the two. Ctrl G. And then we can align the two together. Ctrl G. So these two are grouped right now. So I would select this item to make sure that the spacing between them is the same. So I can also group it once they are spaced. So right now I need to space this item. I need to make sure that this is centered with these items here. So I will be using the vertical align. So you see it is centered with these items, so I can group the whole of this column together. So now we are done with the second section of our page. So the next thing we'll be doing is the third section. So I would pick a rectangle tool and I will be creating this. So we just make sure that this is aligned and then this is also aligned. So I will be picking this color here from the button. This would be our color. So I could adjust the height of this to 400. Then we'll be creating another box here that will be holding our image. So I could just drag that here. So I would make this like 500, the height should be 500. Okay. I think it's at the center. So I'm just pushing that a little upward. So here it will be, we provide outdoor services. So I'll have to zoom out so that we can see we provide outdoor services and we offer 10%, so I'll just 10% discount for our subscribers. So we can just increase this and let's say 30 and then center this text here. So we have that. I can just make this, let's try the light here. Okay, so we can center this here. So for our image, I think we have to work on the width here, so we can make this maybe 1020 and this will take in our image. So we're going to be placing an image here from Unsplash. So I can just search Unsplash. Yeah, then we can run this and then place an image there. So still for interior, so we'll just search for flowers, flower, let's say something in the interior. Let's see, because I would have to stick to our interior. Then we interior, look for something nice and then drop it there. Okay, so I'll just pick this. I think I'm okay with this. I'll pick that. So I think I'm okay with this, but I have to crop this particular image. So to do that, I will select the image and then we are going to use the crop option. So I would use the direction key on my keyboard to push this image. did this okay? This looks okay, so I can close this. So we can click on this and center this here. So now what I want to do is I want to create another section of this. So I would create a rectangle here. So we're going to give this a defined height and width. So the width should be 220 and then the height should be 150. So we have this, so we need 4 of this. So Control D, I can just drag this here, then another Control D, then D here. So here I would change the color, pick this. Here I would change the color and pick this. So this will be white. Okay, that is not white. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 white, and then I could just pick white for this. So this will be for our service items. So I would just introduce the text here. So services we offer from cleaning. It's one of the services. Cleaning, Control D, just drag and edit that. That is white, so it will be furniture. Please, I have to change the color. Not right here. I have to change the color. Furniture, Control D, grab that here. Fumigation, Control D, and then grab this. Interior deco, so I can align this text here. So before we do that, we need some icons for this. So I'll jump back to Iconify. So I will search for cleaner. This is supposed to be Iconify, not on Splash. Iconify. So I can run this. So we have to look for a cleaner here. So cleaner, I would pick this icon here. I'll just drag it and drop it here for the cleaner. Then I will look for spray. For the spray, I think I would pick this here. So I'll look for sofa. Let's see. So I'll pick one of this here. So I think I'm picking this for my sofa. Then flower. I'll pick one of this here. So I can pick this. So for our cleaner, we have to resize this. You can use the shift to resize that. So I would drag this and then resize it here using my shift key. So I will also do the same thing here. Drag this, Alt Shift, I'll increase this. Would fall for furnitures. Then the fumigation, I also increase that. It falls for drop that here. So we just need to arrange these icons here. So this has to be a white color, so I'm just going to change the fill, the selection to white. So please, this time I'm not changing the fill. So the same thing with this, we have to change the selection color to white. So close this, and then I would have to reduce this. So I think everything is well adjusted. So I just need to set these items together to make sure they are aligned with each other. I think these two are aligned. Okay, these three are aligned. Then okay, they are all aligned, so we need to align the text also. I'll drag this a little. Okay, I think this is aligned also. This is also aligned. Then our interior decor is also aligned, so we need to group these two. Ctrl G, group these two. Make sure you're holding the shift, do your selection, select the two here. So I think I need to change this text to white, so I'll group this two also. Ctrl G. So please, I need to make sure they are aligned with each other. I think it's something I forgot to do for the other ones. Ctrl G, select these two. I think I have to make sure they are aligned. So make sure they are aligned. Ctrl G, so that we can actually, so let me do for this to select and make sure they are aligned. Okay, I think they are aligned. So I would select this and then this group, then I can align them to the center and then vertically, so I can group this. The same thing, I can select these two, select this one, align them, then to the center, and then group them. I also select this to the group again, align them, center, then group. Select this, select the white background, you align them, then to the center, then Ctrl G. So I can now group these items together. Please, I'm selecting just this ones at the bottom, Ctrl G. So this is now a single entity. So with that, I think we're done with this section. So we want to create the other section, which has to do with our cards. So quickly, I'll just pick a rectangle and then I'll try to draw a cycle. Please, I'll create a rectangle. So this has a fixed width of 336. Let's say 336. Then we're going to give it a height of 415. So let's change the color to white, and then we're going to be passing some shadow effect to this item here. So I would be picking the effect here. So the effect is a drop shadow. So we're going to apply the blur of 10 to this, then the opacity of 5. I think that is okay. That is okay. Blur of 10, opacity of 5. So spread should be 0. So we should have something like this. So this will contain all our card item. So I have some images that I will be using. So for you to be able to use the images, you will need to use this web page, clean PNG. So you have to use these web pages. So I will just show you a sample. I can search for sofa here. If I search for sofa, it's going to display some search results. These images, you can download PNGs from this web page, but for this tutorial I have some images already that I want to use. So here I would just add another section of this. So this section would contain my image. So in that image, I will make the height half of whatever I'm having here. So this will have a height of 193. Sorry, Control Z, that's the width. The height of 193. So I could cover everywhere here. Just make sure everywhere is covered. This is covered. So then I'm going to give this a name here. So let's say I'll just give this a name. Let's say modern chair. We have a modern chair here. Then I can add a text for this, a $sign. Let's say we have $234, so we can make this bold. So let's make this semi-bold. That's the price of whatever I'm having here. Then I would create a small rectangle here. I drop that here. Then iconify, run. So we can just look for a card here. Cards. So this card, this is more like add to card. So we just pick one of the ones with the plus sign. So I can drag this and drop it here. Close this. So I will drag this here. So since this is a vector, I would just pull it outside the frame, then delete this. So I'm going to change the color field to white. So now I'm going to pick the image and then drop it here. So the image I'll be picking will be dropped right in here. So I would look for and place an image. So you can look for any image to drop that there, but I would just look for an image. I have this image here that I want to use, open, so I can drop that here. So I will have to crop this. Let's say we can crop, or we can actually fit that in so that we can increase it since it's white without any background. So if this is fit, if I close this, if this is too small, you can hold the shift and then drag till you get whatever shape you want. Let's say I'm okay with this. This is inside the chair, so this is okay. So modern chair, I can center that with this here. So these two items here, I can group them, Control G. So now having this, we can actually click on each of this item, click on the picture and then the white background, and then group them, Control G. So we can now duplicate this, Control D. I will do that here. Duplicate this item. Let's say 1. So once you do that, you just repeat Control D, D again. So we just need to change these images. I would place an image. Please make sure the images you're downloading is from clean PNG. So with clean PNG, I think you don't need they come with out background. So I will just adjust this a little. So I have this. So I will place an image here. Kiss. So I'll pick this other image and I'll drop it here. So I will also resize this. So I think one last one before we start changing the names. But I think a portion of this is missing. Let's go up and see. Okay, I think it's visible. So let's change this other one. So place image. So most of the images come with this name, so I think I'll just look for one of this and drop it there. I have 1, 2. Okay, I can use this, so I can drop that here. So I will change the setting to fit this in. Please, I'll change this also to fit in. Okay, so we have here, this will be flower vase, this will be coffee table, this will be sofa, modern sofa. So I think I have this section, so I can group the whole thing together. Ctrl G, and then I'll just center them to the screen. So this is well centered. So I have one last section before we create the footer. So I'll click on this, and then I would align it with this. So this will be my footer section. So we changed this color to white, so I'll pick in this color. So I have some icons that I dragged here so that we don't stay long for this video. So I will show you how I got this, and I also imported my footer, which I will just place it, but you can just look at the arrangement so that we don't take time or we don't stay long creating this. So for this icon, what you need to do is you open Google and you search for best furnitures brand. So if I need the logo, these are some of the furnitures I use. So what I did was that I would just copy this name here, and then I would click on this, and then when you paste this here, so I'll just put logo so that we can get this logo. So you click on images, and then you can pick the logo from here. So that was what I did for each brand I selected. These are the brands I will be using. So I've already copied most of the brands that I want to use. So I would select and highlight them, and then I'll bring them here. So I'll bring them here, and then I'll drop them here. So here I could just add a text here. We sell products from, then I can reduce this to 20. So we sell products from this company, and these are reliable companies. So we select all these items and group them. Ctrl G here. So now this is my background. So I would be creating the last section, which is the footer. So I will have this here, so I can grab this, let's say, okay, this is aligned, and then this is aligned here. So I'm going to pick a dark color here. So I'll be using this footer. So all I need to do is I will just I think from here, the only thing I should have done was to change this color here, and then let me drag this out, and I'll just replace that with this for my footer. Okay, see, I created this earlier from a recent project, so we don't want to prolong this video. That is why I'm dropping this here. I'm using that as a resource. So all I need to do is I'll just make sure that I'm increasing the height of this. So I think this is where this one comes in. So I would drag this here. So I will click on this and then bring this to front. right click and then bring to front, so I can push this one here. So I would center this item here, center this. So this my icon section here, I will align it and then bring it here, somewhere here. So I'll also center this here. So I think I'm having some extra space in here, so I'll drag this a little. Okay, this is aligned. I'll do the same thing for this. This is aligned. So I have my footer here, so I will change this logo, this name here to, then I'll bring a logo here. So I think I can use the text, or I could grab the logo here. You know, we had this logo earlier, so I will just select the two, Ctrl G to group them, then Ctrl D, and then I would have to drag that. So let me drag it outside here and then bring this down a little, and then eventually I can drop that here. But you know, from our logo, I would have to change this other color to this, yeah, like a variation. So we have that our logo, so I still need to adjust it here. So we have this footer, so you can copy this arrangement, and with the text and then everything here, you can copy the arrangement. Let me just adjust this too, yeah. So I think that is okay. So with that, it brings us to the end of this tutorial. So I'll see you on the next video.